everybody, welcome to my channel.
Annette Bening is an acclaimed American actress known for her powerful performances on both stage and screen. Born on May 29, 1958, in Topeka, Kansas, she has built a distinguished career characterized by depth, versatility, and emotional intelligence. Bening first gained widespread recognition in the early 1990s with standout roles in films like The Grifters, 1990, and Bugsy, 1991. The latter of which earned her a Golden Globe nomination and introduced her to future husband Warren Beatty. Her breakthrough continued with performances in American Beauty, 1999, where she portrayed a frustrated suburban wife, earning her the first of several Academy Award nominations. Other notable films include Being Julia, 2004, The Kids Are All Right, 2010, and 20th Century Women, 2016. Despite multiple Oscar nods, Bening is often cited as one of the greatest actresses never to have won an Academy Award, though she has received numerous other honors, including BAFTAs and SAG Awards. Beyond her film work, Bening has returned to the stage throughout her career, performing in major theatrical productions, including with the American Conservatory Theater and on Broadway. She is also active in political and social causes, advocating for education and women's rights. Renowned for her elegance, intelligence, and the humanity she brings to her roles, Annette Bening remains a vital and respected force in Hollywood. Annette Bening is a celebrated American actress known for her commanding screen presence and emotionally layered performances. Born in 1958, she began her acting career on stage before transitioning to film in the late 1980s. Her early film roles in The Grifters and Bugsy established her as a compelling and dynamic performer, with Bugsy also marking the beginning of her long-standing marriage to actor and director Warren Beatty. Over the decades, Bening has built a reputation for portraying complex, intelligent women with both strength and vulnerability. Her role in American Beauty, 1999, as Carolyn Burnham, a tightly wound real estate agent, earned her widespread acclaim and an Academy Award nomination. She has since been nominated multiple times, including for Being Julia, The Kids Are All Right, and 20th Century Women, each performance showcasing her ability to shift between drama and comedy with ease. In addition to film, Bening has continued to appear on stage, where her classical training shines. She is also involved in political activism and philanthropy, particularly in areas related to education, mental health, and the arts. Annette Bening's career is marked by thoughtful role selection, artistic integrity, and a quiet yet formidable influence on American cinema. She is widely regarded as one of the finest actresses of her generation. Annette Bening is one of the most respected and enduring figures in American film and theater. Born on May 29, 1958, in Topeka, Kansas, and raised in San Diego, California, she was the youngest of 4 children. Her interest in acting began early, and she pursued it seriously, earning a degree in theater arts from San Francisco State University before studying at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. Bening first made her mark in the theater world, including a Tony-nominated performance in Coastal Disturbances on Broadway in 1987. Her transition to film was swift and successful. She gained early attention with Valmont, 1989. But it was her role in The Grifters, 1990, that earned her first Academy Award nomination and established her as a major talent. In 1991, Bening starred opposite Warren Beatty in Bugsy, a film that sparked both critical acclaim and a real-life romance. The two married in 1992 and have 4 children together. Their relationship has often been noted as one of Hollywood's rare enduring marriages. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Bening carved out a niche playing sophisticated, emotionally rich characters. Her performance in American Beauty, 1999, a dark satire of suburban life, earned her a BAFTA award and an Oscar nomination. She continued to earn accolades for being Julia, 2004, where she portrayed an aging stage actress navigating personal and professional turmoil, and The Kids Are All Right, 2010, where she played one half of a lesbian couple whose family is upended by the arrival of their children's biological father. In 20th Century Women, 2016, Bening offered a poignant portrayal of a single mother raising a teenage son in late 1970s California, another performance that garnered critical praise, though she was controversially overlooked by the Oscars. Other notable films include Captain Marvel, 2019, Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool, 2017, and Nyad, 2023, in which she portrayed swimmer Diana Nyad, training to swim from Cuba to Florida in her 60s. Beyond her acting, Bening has served on the board of trustees for the Entertainment Industry Foundation and the Actors Fund. She's known for her grace, humility, and commitment to the craft, avoiding the tabloid spotlight while consistently delivering nuanced, memorable performances. Despite never having won an Academy Award, as of 2025, Bening has received 4 Oscar nominations, 2 Golden Globes, and numerous honors for her lifetime contributions to film. Critics and peers alike often cite her as one of the finest actresses of her generation, a performer who brings depth, intelligence, and authenticity to every role. Annette Bening, the quiet powerhouse of American cinema. Annette Bening is not just an actress, she is a storyteller of rare intelligence. One whose work across film, stage, and television has consistently explored the complexities of the human experience. With a career spanning over 3 decades, Bening has emerged as a master of subtlety, often choosing roles that center emotional authenticity over spectacle, and character development over box office guarantees. A career defined by craft, not celebrity. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Bening has consciously avoided becoming a media fixture. She rarely grants interviews, maintains no social media presence, and allows her work to speak for itself. This deliberate distance from celebrity culture has added to her mystique and earned her a reputation as a true actor's actor. Critics often cite her performances as examples of restraint and control, where emotions simmer just beneath the surface, breaking through in moments of raw honesty. Her roles often portray women in transition, emotionally, spiritually, or socially. Whether it's the brittle facade of Carolyn Burnham in American Beauty, the witty and manipulative actress in Being Julia, or the emotionally open yet quietly commanding mother in 20th Century Women, Bening gives voice to women who are complex, contradictory, and fully human. Champion of female narratives throughout her career, Bening has been a powerful advocate for better, more nuanced roles for women, especially those over 40. She has challenged the ageism of Hollywood both through her role choices and in interviews, where she has spoken about the importance of portraying women honestly, with their flaws, strength, sexuality, and vulnerability intact. Films like The Kids Are All Right and Nyad offer rare depictions of mature women leading stories that are neither secondary nor overly idealized. She's also been at the forefront of the movement to broaden what kinds of stories get told. Her work in The Report, 2019, where she played Senator Dianne Feinstein, reflects her commitment to portraying principled female leaders in real-world stories of power and resistance. Her choices often reflect a desire to engage with social and political themes, even if subtly, exploring topics such as identity, motherhood, queer family dynamics, aging, and grief. Personal life and legacy. Bening's long marriage to Warren Beatty, once one of Hollywood's most notorious bachelors, is something of a Hollywood legend. The couple has always protected their private life from public scrutiny, focusing on their family and professional lives with equal dedication. They share 4 children, one of whom, Stephen Ira, is a writer and transgender advocate, and Bening has been vocal in her support of trans rights. Outside her family life, Bening has been active in philanthropic efforts, including support for mental health initiatives, arts education, and women's rights. She serves on the board of trustees of the Actors Fund, which provides support to entertainment industry professionals in need. Critical recognition and honors. Despite being widely seen as long overdue for an Oscar win, Bening has received numerous honors that reflect the respect she commands in the industry. These include 4 Academy Award nominations, 2 Golden Globe wins, a BAFTA Award, Screen Actors Guild Award, a Tony Award nomination, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Career Achievement Award from the American Film Institute, AFI. Her performances are studied in film schools, admired by actors, and regularly cited in critics' lists of the best performances of modern cinema. A legacy still in motion. Annette Bening's career is not defined by one iconic role, but by a continuous stream of daring, layered performances that challenge convention and invite reflection. As she continues to take on new and surprising projects, including biographical dramas like Naiad and political films like The Report, Bening proves that talent, grace, and purpose are timeless. In a world obsessed with fame, Annette Bening is a rare example of what happens when an artist chooses meaning over noise, and lets the work do the talking. Annette Bening. Artistry and evolution. Annette Bening's career is a study in evolution, of characters, of genres, and of an artist herself who has grown more fearless with time. Unlike many actors who find themselves pigeonholed, Bening has never allowed herself to be defined by a single type. She has played femmes fatales, loving mothers, unfaithful wives, political icons, aging actresses, queer matriarchs, and real-life heroes, and in each performance, she brings an unmistakable presence, fierce, intelligent, emotionally resonant. What truly distinguishes her is her commitment to truth on screen. Bening doesn't act to charm or seduce the audience, she acts to reveal something real. In her own words, she's fascinated by people pretending to be fine when they're not. That emotional duality runs through many of her characters. From the icy control of Carolyn Burnham to the understated resilience of Dorothea in 20th Century Women. Collaboration with great directors and writers. Bening's career is also notable for the caliber of directors and screenwriters she's chosen to work with, a testament to both her selectivity and the respect she commands in the industry. She's worked with Sam Mendes, American Beauty, Mike Mills, 20th Century Women, Lisa Cholodenko, The Kids Are All Right, Stephen Frears, Being Julia, Scott Z. Burns, The Report, Ryan Fleck and Anna Boden, Captain Marvel, Elizabeth Chai Vasarhelyi and Jimmy Chin, Naiad. These partnerships often lead to character-driven films that prioritize emotional nuance over flashy storytelling. In interviews, directors frequently praise Bening's intuitive process, how she internalizes the emotional logic of her characters and brings unexpected dimensions to every scene. Theater. Her artistic foundation. Though best known for her film roles, Bening has never strayed far from her theatrical roots. Her stage work is a major part of her identity as an actor. Some of her most acclaimed theater work includes Medea at UCLA Live, 1999, Hedda Gabler at the Geffen Playhouse, 1999, King Lear and the Cherry Orchard with the American Conservatory Theatre, The Female of the Species and the Children's Hour in London, All My Sons on Broadway, 2019. her stage performances have been described as magnetic. She brings a classical rigor to live performance that few screen actors sustain in parallel with a Hollywood career. Later career renaissance. While many actors, particularly women, struggle to find meaningful work as they age, Bening's later career resurgence has been especially impressive. Films like 20th Century Women and Naiad not only provided her with some of the richest material of her career, but also pushed against Hollywood's long-standing age biases. In Naiad, 2023, Bening trained rigorously to portray swimmer Diana Naiad in her 60s attempting to swim from Cuba to Florida, a feat that required Bening herself to undergo months of physical training, including open water swimming. The performance was physically demanding and emotionally raw, and critics praised it as one of the most transformative roles of her career. This phase of her work reaffirms her status as a living legend, one whose creative vitality continues to grow with age. Respect within the industry. Bening's peers speak about her in reverent tones. Actors she's worked with, from Julianne Moore and Greta Gerwig to Jamie Bell and Saoirse Ronan, describe her as a generous, grounded collaborator. She is known for creating a safe space on set, particularly for younger or less experienced actors. In industry circles, Bening is often cited as an ideal role model, a woman who leads with integrity, advocates for inclusion, and upholds the dignity of the acting profession in an increasingly commodified entertainment industry. Cultural significance. Bening's characters have become cultural touchstones, not just for their depth, but for what they represent in a broader sense. Carolyn Burnham, American Beauty, became a symbol of late 90s suburban disillusionment. Nick, The Kids Are All Right, marked a major moment in mainstream LGBTQ+ representation, a complex queer character leading a family drama. Dorothea Fields, 20th Century Women, offered a deeply moving portrait of a single mother navigating generational change with grace and openness. Time and again, Bening's characters reflect real women, their contradictions, strength, insecurities, wit, and emotional complexity. In doing so, she has helped shift the narrative around women in film from object to subject. Final thoughts. A legacy of quiet excellence. Annette Bening may never have been the loudest presence in Hollywood, but she has consistently been one of its most essential. Her legacy lies not just in awards or box office numbers, but in the richness of the stories she's chosen to tell and the authenticity with which she's told them. In a culture increasingly obsessed with fame and speed, Bening stands as a model of deliberate artistry, a reminder that some of the most powerful performances are not shouted but whispered, shaped over decades and delivered with soul. A feminist force without a megaphone. Annette Bening has long embodied a kind of feminism that doesn't rely on slogans or headlines but is deeply embedded in the roles she chooses and the way she moves through the industry. Her characters are often women navigating systems that were not built for them, patriarchal households, youth-obsessed industries, closeted families, or lonely, male-dominated professional spaces. What makes her feminist impact distinct is that she has never played to appease. Whether portraying women who are self-absorbed, neurotic, egotistical, or emotionally closed off, she's never softened or excused their flaws. Instead, she has insisted, through performance, that women are entitled to be as messy, contradictory, and morally ambiguous as men have always been allowed to be. She has also avoided being boxed into the strong woman cliché. Bening's characters aren't strong because they're invulnerable, they're strong because they break and rebuild. They make mistakes, they retreat, they grow. Her philosophy, let it happen. In various interviews, Bening has described her acting style as intuitive and grounded in listening. She speaks of being present with her scene partners and letting the emotional truth of a moment guide her choices, rather than planning every expression or gesture. She has also been open about the spiritual aspects of acting, calling it an act of empathy, a way to explore other people's lives without judgment. This philosophy aligns her with some of the greats of American acting, names like Meryl Streep and Al Pacino, who view performance not as performance per se, but as an act of deep emotional investigation. Importantly, Bening does not subscribe to the cult of celebrity self-exposure. She rarely discusses her personal life in detail, believing that mystery is a valuable part of the actor-audience relationship. This quiet discipline, this refusal to make herself the center of attention outside of her work, has paradoxically made her even more respected. Mentorship and industry leadership. Though not often publicized, Bening has been a mentor to many young actors. She has worked extensively with film students and young theater performers, especially through institutions like the American Conservatory Theater and the Actors Fund. She's also a known advocate for arts in education, supporting programs that bring theater and performance into underserved schools. Her belief in the power of storytelling as a humanizing force translates into her support for young people finding their voices through the arts. In 2020, she was appointed chair of the Board of Trustees of the Actors Fund, now the Entertainment Community Fund, where she's helped steer initiatives supporting healthcare, financial assistance, and housing for working performers and behind-the-scenes artists. Her behind-the-scenes work, while not flashy, has had a concrete, positive impact on the lives of countless professionals in the entertainment world. Aging in Hollywood, grace, defiance, and redefinition in an industry obsessed with youth. Bening has refused to be diminished by age. She does not chase roles that mimic youth or try to erase the passage of time, she embraces it. In doing so, she has helped shift the landscape for older women on screen. In 20th Century Women, she played a mother in her 50s, unsure if she could connect to her teenage son in a rapidly changing cultural moment. In Naiad, she portrayed a real woman whose athletic prime was decades behind her, and who challenged the idea that physical limits must always accompany age. This defiance of convention, this radical embrace of maturity, is part of what makes Bening such a vital figure today. She's not just succeeding in spite of her age, she's redefining what it means to succeed because of it. What comes next? Annette Bening's career continues to evolve. She has hinted at returning to Broadway, is frequently courted for limited television series, and remains active in independent film circles. She's reached a point where she can choose passion projects, stories that matter, roles that challenge her, scripts that go against the grain. She has also been mentioned as a potential director, something she hasn't pursued yet, but many in the industry believe she has the insight and vision to do with elegance and power. In the years ahead, we can expect her work to only deepen. If the last decade of her career is any indicator, Annette Bening's greatest work may still be ahead of her. An actor's actor, the craft behind the quiet. One of the most consistent accolades Annette Bening receives from her peers is that she is, above all, a craftswoman. She has said in interviews that she doesn't strive for perfection in a scene, she strives for truth. That guiding principle has made her.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.